Well, about the servo motors, I want to tell you that there is a built-in library in Arduino that can control the servo motors. You can see here from file, going to examples, and go down, you can see that there are two programs built in for servo motor application. Here you can see that the default library of servo motor is called, the library is given an object and the object is selected for the all the operations. Here the object is said that the servo motor is attached at pin number 9 of the Arduino board. Okay, the pin number 9 will be giving the pulse width modulation signal for the servo motor to rotate. And here you can see that an analog pin at pin number, you can say an analog pin is called at pin number, just edit, here you can see that an analog pin is called, here you can edit, here you can see that an analog pin, here you can see that an analog pin is called at pin number 3, and whenever the reading at the analog pin is changed, the reading at the servo motor will observe the reading at the analog pin and give out a direction of motion and the angle that is here you can, and give out a value. Here you can see that the value for the integer is defined by the function using the function map. Here you can see that in map the value of digital in here you can see that the value of analog input is given as 0 to 1023, and the motion of the servo motor is from 0 degree to 180 degree. Here when the value of the potential meter, you can say that it is to 55 or 555, it can take the servo motor to an angle of 90 degree. If the value of the potentiometer changes, the angle of the servo motor also changes, and the angle writing is done with the help of the function my servo, which was the element, and is done by the function dot write, and value is the variable which stores the value that is done by this map function, so that it can give a value at which the motion of the servo motor has to take place and at the value at which the servo motor has to stop. Okay, this was about the servo motor. Let's check about another. Let's just talk about the another program of the servo motor. Here you can see that in sweep is a much easier program because it uses directly servo and let it to rotate from 180 degree to 0 degree and vice versa. It does not require a potentiometer for its operation. It's simple, connected to pin 9, then it uses a for loop for the variable position. Here you can see that the variable is increased from 0 to 180 degree with a 1 degree increment at every 15 millisecond. If it reaches 180 degree, then again even the position value increases to 180 degree, it is taken to 0 with a 1 degree decrement, and all the values of servo motor has been written by in the object servo motor by the write function as pos, and each degree has a difference of 15 millisecond. Well, these are the basics of the servo motor programming and servo motor, how to control it with Arduino. Well, this was the structure of the servo motor that we have talked here. It is using a simple motor, and there are some electronics behind it with a potentiometer, and these are the gear timers, and here a potentiometer is connected which gives the value at which the servo have to stop or at which the servo have to reach. This is done by the value correction has been done. The value correction is being done by the comparator which is pre-built in the servo motor, and the value for the signal input is taken with the help of Arduino, so that the Arduino can command the servo motor to get to a specific degree. These are the different types of servo motor, and here you can see that an AC servo motor, which is an industrial servo motor, which has a positional encoder rather than a potentiometer to give very precise values, so that it can perform very accurately. Here it is a similar servo motor that we have talked. It is called continuous servo motor because it can rotate to continuously 360 degree and can rotate to many turns. You can see that here. You can see here that it can rotate continuously. These are the special servo motors that do not have the pin that stops, that do not have the physical part that stops them from rotating continuously, and their potentiometer are of good quality so that they do not deteriorate the potentiometer while running to continuously 360 degrees. I think it is clear for us to get a complete knowledge of servo motor. If you have any doubt, please ask me. And otherwise, thanks for watching.